You are on this very planet that Chukwokika Biafra created to his glory. We welcome you to another explosive exposition of the very fraudulent contraption, the very diseased abomination that the British created for the enslavement of the children of light. We have come to destroy. We have come to render asunder. We have come to decimate that very tower of darkness, that very zoological republic, that very cesspit of iniquity and of evil. We have come that the blind may see. We have come that the deaf may hear. We have come that even those who through no fault of theirs, but as a result of having subjected themselves to a very disastrous educational system in the zoo, they have become stupid. Here we have come to enlighten and to educate, without any apologies to anybody, without mincing words, without fear before our enemies, determined and resolute, indestructible, and the precipitous collapse of the zoo is inevitable. Absolutely inevitable. The devil may try all it can. Those who go before them to peddle falsehood, those who go to work for them, those who are the workers of darkness and of iniquity, we can assure them that we are resolute, we are determined, and there is nothing anybody can do to stop this very invade as many times as you like, kill as many people as you like, propagate falsehood after falsehood as many times as you like, buy up every media space in the zoo, go and connive with people in the diplomatic circles abroad, eyebrow consultancy firm in the world, select some diplomats in the zoo and bribe them. Select those you send to the key countries around the world. None of these things you're doing is capable of stopping us. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you write. It doesn't matter the type of chatter you have behind our backs. All those things you're doing is a complete and utter waste of time, because Biafra must come. There is nothing anybody can do about it. That is why we preach this gospel. That is why we propagate this very message of redemption. That is why Elohim said that Biafra will come. You will not fire a bullet, but Biafra will come. Because Chukwokika Biafra has gone before us. And you will hear what will happen to the zoo in weeks and months to come. This is 1 year, 2020. They will never, ever, ever in their lives forget. It does not matter what the enemy does, is irrelevant. Buy over Twitter, buy over Facebook, bribe the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, bribe the US Ambassador to Nigeria, department in America. But there is one thing I want all of us to understand this very evening. We are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you. That they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family, this IPOB, belongs to the Most High. And that is how it's going to be until Biafra comes and beyond, to eternity. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come. You are being prepared for what is to come. The time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat itself. Our march is very, very near. The enemies are trembling, they are quaking, they are doing all they can to try to stop us. But they have failed very woefully, and they will continue to fail. But I want to tell you that we are getting attacks from everywhere all over the world. And very soon, they will buy over some of you. They will buy some of you over. The spirit of Oba, Biasika, and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they will buy you over. I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that if they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what we're doing. You can't. You cannot. Not in a trillion years. But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will testify that indeed Chukwukika Abiyama, the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Ehiri in Aguleri, the same God of Umweri, the same God of Ora-Eri, the same God of Owe-Eri, the same God of Arochukwu. Not to be nobody, the true God, one true God. You will know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal. Next 2 weeks will be very, very important in the life, or should I say, in this very mission that we have embarked upon. The devil will do everything. And you are going to watch spectacularly how we are going to destroy and shame the enemy. That at the end, every glory and adoration will belong to God and not to man. Now let us go and tell you what is happening that some of you do not understand. I want those of you who are hardcore, those who we are chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb they were born to do this very work. You must be very, very strong. Because Biafra will open the eyes of black people all over the world. Because Biafra will mean that blacks from America, blacks from the Caribbean, from Southern America, they will all flood into Africa. It will be like the time that Yeshua was born. Biafra is like a light, a beacon. They will follow it. They will say, let us go and see what is happening there. That is what these neo-colonialists do not want. They don't want Biafra to come. I am telling our people so they understand. The mountains, I didn't say one mountain, the mountains in front of us that we need to overcome. And for us to overcome it, we need to be very strong mentally, mental strength. Just like when you're doing anything in life, and it appears as if you are being buffeted from everywhere. That is the time that you no longer rely on willpower or your muscles. You go to your brain to endure and to persevere and to keep going until you overcome. That is the stage we are in right now. To make sure that our brain is in gear to confront everything the Janjaweed has to throw at us. We don't have money. Their budget is over $20 billion to fight us. They can bribe Facebook. They can buy them off. They can do anything they like. They can come to some of you and bribe you off. They can promise you what you've never had before. They can give you maybe a house in Dubai. They can promise you a vehicle. They can tell you, oh, we'll make you vice president. They can promise you anything to make sure that you're like them. But this very IPOB, this very hardcore is not going to move. And I will tell you why we can't move.
We have tried to live in Nigeria designed by Great Britain and handed to us. We have found it difficult to live in that Nigeria. We have fought a civil war, killed so many people, and still we have the same problems reoccurring. Perhaps the time has come to revisit the very foundations of Nigeria.
Nigeria is an evil entity, very, very satanic. You want to change the narrative. It's IPOB, they are the aggressors. I saw some women, was it yesterday? Give them their Biafra. We don't want to die. Look at murderers calling other people murderers. Can you believe such nonsense? The Fulani leaders, you cannot win. You cannot defeat IPOB. You people were the ones that established many terror organizations in Nigeria in a bid to overwhelm the country and take over the territories for your Fulani people. IPOB became a stumbling block to that very janjaweed expansionist tendency. True or false? Am I lying? You were ruling Nigeria before, doing everything you like, controlling NMPC, controlling the seaport, customs, everywhere you ever. Now, finally, because you felt that you subdued everybody else, now you can now march on with your foot soldiers into the east, because you've taken over Yoruba land. Of course, I know that very well. You came and we said, no, you can't come into this land to take it. Come and do your business and go. You said no. Now, because we defeated Mietiala, you now brought in police and army with official uniform, official badge to come and kill people. And I also want to remind Twitter, because they're listening. Twitter, please. Do you know that in the Nigerian army and police, there are terrorists there? Are you aware that Nigeria actively recruited terrorists, killers and murderers and rapists, and gave them army and police uniforms? Are you aware of that? How can anybody, Yoruba journalists, how can you people in your infantile stupidity refer to Nigeria as having an army or Nigeria police? Or where are those terrorists that they conscripted into the Nigerian army and Nigerian police? Where are they? People without shame, where are they? I'm asking you. Fulani, you want to change the narrative? Of course not. They want to put the blame of insecurity in Nigeria on IPOB. Can you believe that? Can you believe these people? Can you believe them? Can you believe these people? And luckily, as God will have it, they are slaughtering themselves in the north. But IPOB securing the east are the ones to be blamed for the insecurity in the east. There is a clip I want everybody to play, please. Who opposed to them opened his mouth and said, I invited the army to come into Olo. There was nothing happening. Fulani, who opposed to them gave Fulani land in Olo to do Ruga, Fulani settlement. And we said no. We drove the Fulani murderers and terrorists away. Who opposed to them now invited his friends, his masters from the north, to bring in their army and heavy machinery into Olu to kill us. That was how all these things started. All of you have forgotten. My black people in this UG, black, you have all forgotten the Genesis. The same way that all of you that are blaming Boko Haram is a terrorist group, Boko Haram, what they're doing. But when Nigerian police were busy killing their leader and killing everybody else, all of you were just there drinking Fradununu. or doing betting on Chelsea versus Man U or Liverpool versus Man City. Nigeria army and police will go out and commit atrocity upon atrocity. All of you will be there, you keep quiet. Any day, those people out of anger rise up and retaliate. All of you baboons and monkeys without writing rubbish. Do you know why? Because you have no conscience, you have no soul, you're a black person, you are the embodiment of evil. Is the truth. I don't care who bans whoever or whatever, I don't give a toss. I must preach the truth. Black people are wicked. By nature, very wicked people. That is why you forget the atrocities that your police and your army always commit. You forget. In a twinkle of an eye, you forget. Our army, our police. Now listen to me very carefully, please. You are blaming ESN, whereas it is the same Fulani terrorists masquerading as headsmen that are responsible for orchestrating all the insecurity in and around Nigeria. Fulani, you have Boko Haram. Fulani, talking about insecurity in the east. Hey. Whereas 91 people were slaughtered yesterday they were killed yesterday. You have the guts. You people have no shame. You have the guts to stand up and be talking about insecurity in the east. And you're a senator from Kebbi State or Kebbi, whatever they call it. And 91 of your constituents were slaughtered. You didn't see it. You are talking about east. Fulani, who formed Boko Haram. Fulani, who formed ISIS in West Africa province, ISWAP. Fulani, who formed Miyetti Yala. Fulani, who formed Ansaru. Fulani, who formed these headsmen and bandits you claim are foreign. Fulani, who brought out murderers and killers and terrorists from prison and gave them military and police uniforms. It is you people. You have now spread them around the country, causing mayhem, abducting people from schools. These are the same play. Hi, these people there. Ha, Fulani, you think everybody's as stupid as you are? You go, you kidnap students from their schools in the north, you get ransom, you buy more arms, you embolden yourselves. You have the guts to conduct a live press conference talking about insecurity in the east. Don't people have shame? Anyway, you don't. Who are the bandits, or should I say terrorists, taking hostages of school children and demanding ransom? Are they not Miyetti Yala, Miyetti, the chief negotiator? Who are the people destroying farms, raping and killing their victims daily around Nigeria? Fulani. Fulani. You know what? How they manage to convince some of you is what I find astonishing, despite the overwhelming evidence. How they are defending him. Fulani people are defending him. But you idiots from the south, from the east, you're talking rubbish about your one Nigeria. Whereas a terrorist, a killer, a murderer is in government as a minister. His own people are the people defending him. But you are in the south attacking those who are fighting for your freedom. And you're telling me that your brains are normal. Maybe that's your one Nigeria. Whereas a terrorist, a killer, a murderer is in government as a minister. His own people are the people defending him. But you are in the south attacking those who are fighting for your freedom. And you're telling me that your brains are normal. Maybe there's something in Suya, maybe in Kilishi, and in that cattle that they give to us to eat. There must be something fundamentally wrong with us as a people. Fundamentally wrong with us as a people. And we must confront it. And confront it we shall. These people lecturing us about no secession, you're destroying the country. You people, you Fulani idiots, you Fulani bigots, you Fulani impostors, you Fulani vagabonds are the same people that welcomed the rehabilitation of terrorists. You granted bandits, killers, murderers, and kidnappers amnesty. I want TOBE not to listen. I want Tripaz to listen. I want Tripaz, this idiot, Sarikin Fulani of Imo State, Hope Usadema to listen very, very carefully. You people are fools because you cannot listen very well. The same people you're fighting for, killing your own people because of them, they are the ones rehabilitating, so they claim, putting the army that we have today. Somebody might come and say, you have given the order that the police and the army should be attacked. All those idiots. Some of you fools who cannot reason, we are not attacking any police. We are attacking the terrorists that they brought into the police and into the army. They are the ones killing our people. We must defend ourselves. You fools cannot reason very well. We are not fighting any standing or legally, properly constituted army or police. These are the same Fulani terrorists, murderers and killers. The same people that went in, in Damatru or wherever it is, killing and slaughtering Christians in droves. You fools that cannot reason. The same Boko Haram that has been killing, the same Fulani terrorists have been killing people, they are the ones now in the army. Did you not see them? Recruit them into the army? You're telling me we shouldn't fight them? These are terrorists in police uniform and army uniform. You're saying we should not fight them? Is that what you're saying? Are you that foolish? Are you that stupid? This same Fulani pontificating about peace and unity and anti-secession or whatever garbage that they are pouring out of their useless, stinking janjaweed mouths. These same idiots, these same fools are the ones that rehabilitated Boko Haram. So they claim. These fools are the ones that granted amnesty to bandits. Now, let me surprise all of you. Surprise, surprise. Those that are giving amnesty to are Fulani terrorists, Fulani bandits, Fulani kidnappers, Fulani headsmen who are murderers and land-grabbing urchins. These are the people that are giving amnesty to. You people should reason. You zoo animals called Nigerians, reason for once. The hypocrisy in Fulani, their hypocrisy is astonishing. Hypocrites. Fulani, who is responsible for the state of almost anarchy in the zoo, who is responsible for the hopelessness of the security framework of the zoo, Fulani, who is responsible for insecurity, Fulani, who are the bandits, Fulani, who are the terrorists in the zoo, Fulani, which people are going about slaughtering and taking over other people's farmlands. It is you. You people are the problem. Unfortunately, some idiots from the south cannot see it. You wanted to show us that you know how to write grammar, writing rubbish about one Nigeria. You are defending something that is indefensible. Indefensible. Indefensible, you fools. Some smelly rats, some smelly garbage, gutter, alamajiri, gutter. The lowest of the low. If it's one of those of their fools talking, I will even understand. From the gutter. Not contributed one single thing to the advancement of the zoo. Not one single contribution has the Fulani ever made. Tell me one national contribution that the Fulani has ever made to the advancement of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Just name one thing, absolutely nothing. They want power. Power and control of oil and gas. That's all they need. That's all they want. So they can run your lives for you and control your destiny. And you're not ashamed of yourself to claim that you're educated. Let us pray. For God in heaven, Almighty Creator, the ancients of the ancients, the maker of the heavens and the earth, you created everything that the mind of a living soul can imagine, but none created thee. That is why we say you are immortal, you are invisible, you are omnipotent. This very God that every generation who has ever had the grace of knowing thee have always testified to your goodness. That is the same God that we kneel and bow before. This God is our refuge and our strength, a very present help, even in this time of Janjaweed trouble, even in this time of Fulani rage and terrorism. Therefore we shall fear no evil. This IPOB shall fear no evil. Even if the whole world is against us, even if Britain intensifies their effort to cross this very light of hope in sub-Saharan Africa, even though they shake the mountains, even though the seas may rise, even though they may give all the weapons and ammunition to the Zoological Republic, no matter what they do, no matter how they foment their rage, it doesn't matter to us. For God, Chukwokika Biama, is in the land of Biafra. We shall never ever be moved. This God of the ancients will help us now and forevermore. For Biafra shall come, and this Lord of hosts is with us. Chukwokika Biama, the same God of Jacob, this same God of Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego, this God that never abandons his people, this same God is our refuge, and we proclaim it unashamedly that this God that we kneel and bow before, we shall worship thee, for Biafra is your promise. Your word is yea and amen. Instead of your word not to come to pass, heaven and earth will cease to exist. Upon this very hope we anchor all our belief that Biafra shall come in our time, and we pray that it comes this very year, that your glory may be made manifest in the lives of men, that we may kneel and bow before thee. Nyahan soro tutona nsoporo ne jamma ne bisiala Chineke na nke pụrụ m ihe niile ka otuto niile wee dịrị gị eze dị nsọ ugbu ama ruo mgbe niile ebighị ebi. Ise na mmadụ dịrị gị Chineke. Yeah. Fellow Biafrans, welcome. Good evening. Good evening, Biafrans. Good evening, lovers of freedom. I welcome you all to this program this evening on this hallowed platform, IPOB Western Cape Media TV. I welcome you all in the name of Chukwu Okikabema Premier Henine. As I welcome you, I want you to please welcome others. Welcome your friends, your family, your relative, your neighbors, and all lovers of freedom that reside within your locality. And I thank you for being part of this program. Thank you, fellow Biafrans. As you are joining us, I want you to remember to share our program, share it, like and comment. Share it in all the platforms where you belong. On your WhatsApp group, on your Facebook page, on your Instagram, everywhere. Share this program this evening, because we come to propagate
the message of freedom. We are here to preach Biafra. We are here to educate our people, to enlighten our people. We are here to do that which Chukwu Okike Abiama has asked us to do. Once again, I thank you, fellow Biafrans. Wherever you are joining me from this evening, I thank you for joining. Thank you for being part of this program. As always, we appreciate you. We encourage you to continue being part of this family. We are family. We are one. We are the same. There is no difference. We reason the same. That is why we call each other comrade. So I thank you for joining us this evening. As you know, this is IPOB Western Cape Media TV. And we are not here to make you feel good. We are not here to lie to you. We are not here to massage your egos. We are not here to say something we are not sure of. We are here to do that which Chukwu Okike Abiama sent us to do, which is to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. As IPOB, we are commanded by our leader to remain whiter than white and whiter than snow. And that is exactly what we are doing, and that is what we practice, and that is what we continue to practice. As long as we are concerned, as long as Biafran agitation is concerned, we are not going to lie to you. Here we do not engage in saga, we do not engage in propaganda, we do not engage in drama, we do not engage in name-calling, character assassination, defamation of characters. We are not doing all these things. We are here, we are pure, true to our words. We are here to tell you the good news of freedom, the good news that we all need freedom, and freedom we all shall get. So I thank you for being part of this program. I want you to know we are live in all our social media platforms except our X. We are not able to go live on X at this moment. And I know that with time, we are going to ratify the problem we have with the X, and we'll also stream live on that platform. But at this point, we are only live on Facebook, which is IPOB Western Cape. When you type in IPOB Western Cape, you will see us. We are also live on our Facebook page, which is on our YouTube page, which is IPOB Western Cape Media TV. That is where it's all happening. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube page, please go and do that now. You know, our YouTube page, we are building it. You know how YouTube rolls. You know what they are. They don't rush things. It's one after another. So at this point, we are still trying to see if we can get more people to subscribe to our YouTube page. So please, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube page, please go and do that now. It is very, very necessary that you do so immediately. If you have not liked this program, do that now. If you have not commented, it is also good that you do. If you have not shared the program, please, I beg you, comment on this program now. Share this program now. Like this program now. Thank you for listening to me. And if this is your first time joining us now, This is IPOB Western Cape Media TV. Here we speak nothing but the truth. We are without fear or favor. We are fearless before our enemies. We are not here to represent any individual, but to represent and to defend our motherland, Biafra. Because for us, it is Biafra today, tomorrow, and forever. If you are offended by our result, we have no apologies for that. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB worldwide, and his position is incontestable. IPOB is here to restore Biafra, and we are not going to be swayed until Biafra is restored. Welcome once again to IPOB Western Cape Media TV, saying it the way it is. Yes, we say it the way it is. Reason being that we are fearless before our enemies. Another reason is that truth remains our hallmark. We cannot do without saying the truth. We cannot do without speaking the truth. We tell truth even to the authority. We are not scared. That is why I made it very, very clear to you that we do not speak evil, lies, propaganda. You can never see it in this platform. Anything you see us do here is pure, very, very pure. Remember, this platform was created when all other platforms, all the media space, all the media platform in IPOB failed, collapsed. All of them, not even most of them, all of them started chasing clout. They forgot what is more important, and they started to engage in gossip. They started engaging in frivolities, things that does not matter. That was when this media platform, IPOB Western Cape, was created, and we maintain and we stand on the foundation that brought this platform to be, which is on truth. We shall stand. Does not matter whether it is only one person listening to us. That person must hear the truth. He must know the truth. So I thank you for coming. Thank you for sitting down. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. I bring greetings to you from my coordinator. Mazi Nnamdi is IPOB Western Cape Zone Coordinator. Mazi Nnamdi is a hardcore, a believer, a resolute member of this noble family IPOB. Mazi Nnamdi has seen it all, and he stands strong. Mazi Nnamdi has sacrificed whatever to make sure that IPOB Western Cape remain incorruptible. He has sacrificed his finance, his family, he put on the line, his security, his freedom, even everything, to make sure that this zone stand its ground against the enemies. I bring greetings to you from the Western Cape IPOB executive. Men are working around the clock, making sure that this noble family, IPOB, Western Cape, never suffer corruption. I also bring greetings to you from the family of this noble family, IPOB, Western Cape. May Chukwuokike Abiama bless each and every one of them, and also bless you that is listening to us this evening. I am Mazo Ebuchi, and I am your host. By the special grace of Chukwuokike Abiama Premier Henine, I remain the Parklands Unit Coordinator. I am a Biafran. I believe in Biafra. And I believe that Biafra is the solution to my problem, to your problem. Biafra is the only legacy that we must strive to leave for our children. If we fail to restore Biafra, we failed. Our mission on earth will be a total failure. I believe in Biafra so much. I'm so convinced that Nigeria is not for me. It's not for my children. It's not for any right-thinking Biafran. So let us join hands together and make sure that Biafra is restored. As it is, our practice, our culture in this program, before we commence this program, before we open it officially, we must give honor to whom honor is due. We must remember the man that's brought us all together. We must welcome him to this program, because though he's not here in flesh, but his spirit is always with us. He paid for us. He sacrificed for us. He suffered insults for us, and he continued to suffer for us. We can never do without remembering him and welcoming him. At this point, may we welcome our leader, the NWACHINEKE, one of Biafra, the one that the enemies, the Fulanis, are afraid of. May we say to him, Mazi,
Obodo kenenu kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Kanyi kenebenu Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Amadike Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Ika kugondilo yo, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Amadike Biafra. Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Odogwa nebula buke. Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Ika bugo ndiloi. Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Ndiloi na chozudo. Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Manoke zuko. Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Umu Biafra Ghana. Nnamdi Kanu, Anyi Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. nọzikwa ya egwu ndị kolobịa o Biafra bala anyị obele nwa onye fali beku Chukwu zitere anyị ya Chukwu okike abịa ma zitelie ka ọ bịa tọpụ ụmụ Biafra na-abụ ka ọ tọpụ anyị na-abụ Naịjirịa Chukwu zitere anyị ya ma ndị ilova jụziri ajụ mana anyị nwekwa mmeri babụlụ obele nwa na 2015 ụbọchị enyanụ anyị wee bebe ife dị n'ime ya anyị wee jebe ụlọ ikpe chọbazie ndị kpọrọ anyị na mkpọrọ ndị kpọchiri anyị ka anyị na-achọ anyị afụrụ ofe ọnụ n'ụwa gị malụ afa na-agbazi ọsọ na-achụzi fa mana fa marọ na anyị nwe mmeli n'ife ọbụla anyị tinyere aka n'ụwa na-agala anyị ya ka anyị ji bụrụ ụmụ Chukwu okike abịa ma Nnamdi Kanu kedụzi ife mesilu mee odogwu a na-egbula abụga abatago obodobo nwa onye afara ife agbala nze na akpọghị onikalata ife mena ihe ole n'ụwa ka ibili ị ga-adị ndụ ole n'ụwa fụ Biafra His Majesty onye olu mkpanamu na-ekwu akụọ m ọfọ na nene ị ga-afụ ife ọma ebe isi na anyị ga-enwela onwe anyị wee bulie n'isi ife ọma ga-abụ nke yi ngwanụ kenenu Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Ọhamadike Biafra Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Ọhamadike agbala nze na-ekwupụlụ iri Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Ọhamadike eze nkoto nkonyelu mkpuchi Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Ọhamadike kịtịkpa gbala ni ọghọlụ mbuze Nnamdi Kanu nwa Kanu Nnamdi Kanu odogwu Ọhamadike.
Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back, dear friends. At this point, the program is officially open. Before we go further, may we look at the topic for today's program, which is simple. It says Biafra is a clean spirit. It does not support evil. Before we come back to, we'll come back to the topic of tonight. But before then, we have to talk about our leader first, because it is our responsibility as Biafrans, as IPOB at that matter, to do everything within our strength to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu regains his freedom as soon as possible. Because we're not going to be like the other ones, the radical left. I call them the radical left. The reason I call them the radical left is because they are more of opposition to IPOB. So we are not like them. And let me read what they say. One of them wrote that they said, we are all here to restore Biafra, not to fight for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He gathered us, yes, but the main target is Biafra. Get that. Now, if you look at his first statement, he made it very clear that they are not here to fight for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release. That the only thing that matters to them is the restoration of Biafra. Well, I do not challenge that in any way. We are all here to restore Biafra. That is the primary assignment. That is the purpose that we all gathered, to restore Biafra. But we must not forget that even in the battlefield, in open war, in a conventional war, when people are fighting, and if a soldier is wounded, fallen, it is the responsibility of the other one that is next to him to make sure to protect him, to take him and make sure that he is in a safe place while he is engaging the enemy. If you allow your fellow soldier, a wounded soldier, to lie lay there without trying to help him, you are not a good soldier. Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, and he was caught while he was doing the business of Biafra. The reason he was kidnapped and extraordinary rendition to Nigeria is because of his fight, his continuous fight for the freedom of Biafra, for you and for I. So it is our responsibility as IPOB to make sure that he is released. We must put in our efforts. We must do everything. We must contribute both finance. We must give him moral support. We must make sure that he is okay and all right wherever he is. But what are they doing today? They are trying to tell us that we must not talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that he is going to be all right. He's going to take care of himself. No, we are not going to do that. And that is why we cannot do without first talking about his predicament. We cannot do without first talking about every news surrendering Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is our primary purpose in this platform. And that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to be doing now, before we can go and talk about and treat our topic for today. Now, if you remember so much, if you remember vividly, before this shenanigan called trial, before this illegal trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu commenced, right from the former trial judge, Justice Binta Yako, when she started talking about accelerated trial, when she was removed, or rather recused by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, this Yariba judge, Justice Omatosha, came in. He also maintained that this trial is going to be accelerated, that he's going to do everything to make sure that this trial is concluded, that it's going to be an accelerated trial. So many people, I know that so many Biafrans were, deceived into believing what was coming out from the mouth of a Yoruba judge. But I am Muslim Bichi, and I also believe that every follower or listener of this program will also agree with me that we did not agree. We did not believe him. Because we know what they are. They are specialized on deceit. That is what Yoruba people are known for. Imagine, in a country, you have a Yoruba president, you have a Yoruba chief of justice, attorney general, you have a Yoruba chief of justice, you have a Yoruba judge. Imagine in a country like that. Imagine what will be happening in that country. So many people were deceived into believing that, oh, we have gotten the right judge to do, who will do justice to this whole shenanigan. But I did not believe that. I knew that he's going to show who he is as a Yoruba person. So today, we are no more talking about accelerated trial. We are not talking about it. That was why he had the audacity, the temerity to adjourn this case for 4 months or 3 months. The so-called accelerated trial is no more accelerated trial. It's now a crawling trial. And why do you think all these things are happening to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Well, your guess is as good as mine. They want to know if they could break him. They want to know if they could make him, force him to change his mind. They want to throw in every weapon in their arsenals to see if there is any way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu could capitulate. That is why they give him hope today, and tomorrow they puncture it. Why do you think they do that? They are manipulating him. Like one in a mood swing. You know what is mood swing? That is what they are doing to him. Now he's, now he is hopeful. The next minute, he is hopeless. Such thing could break a man. Such thing could crack a man. Such thing could make a man to fall. But do you know what? Like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would always say, he is dangerously stubborn. He is uncrackable. He remains focused. He remains resilient. And he will never allow any of these Yoruba people to discourage nor destroy what he has, invested part of his life into doing. He believed in Biafra. He once said, it is Biafra or death. And he stands by that up to this point, up to this moment, against all odds. How many of us could do that? That is why we must respect him. That is why we must not do anything to undermine his leadership. He has given us so much. He has shown us love beyond imagination. So, now, if you follow the events few days ago, there was a statement, press statement, coming from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's family. Well, as you already know, the so-called IPOB leadership, as they are called by their gullible followers, could not make any statement, any reasonable statement about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's detention. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's family, as always, on Benwanne Abanoso, if you remember all these men, those men that want us to shuffle the leader, our leaders' siblings and throw them into the dustbin. None of them has done once. None of them has been helpful to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's family that sued the British government in Britain, if you remember. It was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's family that made sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu won the case in Kenya a few weeks ago. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's family has always been there. Genuine love for their brother, and rightfully so. So a press release was coming out from them, which I know that by now you would have seen it, you would have read it, you would have come across it. But in case you don't know, in case you have not read it, in case you have not come across it, now is opportunity for you to listen to what they have to say about their brother and our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you know, as I know, where the problem of our leader started and who and those behind it. It's not something that anybody can tell you. You should have seen the handwriting on the wall. It has always been Britain. It has always been that evil country called Britain. They are the one behind the kidnap and the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They aided and abetted it. They are the secret hand of Jacob. That evil hand. That akankita, like Ndibo would say. They are Britain. And just like Ndibo would say, so at this point, our leader's family have decided to speak to the evil entity, Britain. Now, on 30th of July 2024, a press release from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's family, which was titled United Kingdom's Complicity in Nigeria's Illegal Rendition and Detention of British citizen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a judicial and moral indictment. In case you have not seen this, you can go to Mazi Kanu's Facebook and X page, or to his younger brother Meme, or to Barrister Aloy Ejimakors Twitter handle. You can go all this place, you see it, and you share it. Share it. Very, very important. Share it. Now, I want you to follow me as I read the press release. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, decries the continued silence, and apparent complicity of the United Kingdom government in the face of Nigeria's gross and documented violation of international law, domestic law, and judicial precedents against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a British citizen and freedom advocate. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was abducted in Kenya in June 2021 in a state-sponsored criminal act of extraordinary rendition and forcibly returned to Nigeria without any extradition proceedings, a flagrant breach of Section 15 of Nigeria's Extradition Act, Article 12, bracket 4 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, and Articles 9 and 14 of the ICCPR, to which both Nigeria and the UK are state parties. What makes the UK silence especially appalling is that this is not an abstract diplomatic disagreement, but a matter in which the UN Working Group on Arbitrary Detention, opinion number 225/2022, unequivocally declare Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's detention illegal and ordered his immediate release and compensation. The Kenya High Court ruled that his abduction on Kenya soil was unconstitutional and awarded damages for Kenya's complicity. The Nigerian Court of Appeal, October 2022, held that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's extraordinary rendition constituted a fundamental violation of Nigerian law, effectively nullifying the proceedings against him. The Federal High Court, sitting in Umuahia 2022, awarded him 500 million in damages for the same violations. 3 judicial forums in Nigeria, Kenya, and at the UN level have all concluded that Nnamdi Kanu's fundamental rights were trampled. Yet, the UK government, under the pretense of consular ambiguity and dual nationality, has refused to act or even issue a formal condemnation. This is in stark contradiction to its own principled reaction in the Diko affair, 1984, where it condemned Nigerians' attempted rendition of Umaru Diko from the UK in the strongest diplomatic terms. Severed diplomatic ties threatened legal action for violations of international law and Britain's sovereignty. In Diko versus the State, 1987, 2 NWLR, PT 56, 539, the Supreme Court of Nigeria, per Caribe White, JSC, made a judicial pronouncement that remains timeless. The trial of an accused person who has been brought before the court in violation of international law and without compliance with extradition procedures is a nullity. Jurisdiction cannot be conferred upon the court by illegality. It is deeply ironic, if not disgraceful, that while Nigeria is abandoning its own Supreme Court precedents, the UK has chosen silence, thus betraying the very principles it once stood for. To add further insult to injury, the alleged offenses for which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being persecuted, primarily political broadcasts, were not committed in Nigeria. The applicable Nigerian law, Section 76 of the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022, provides that Nigeria courts can only assume jurisdiction where the alleged act is also a crime in the place it was committed. The well-established principle of double criminality. There is no evidence, nor allegation that the UK, where these broadcasts were allegedly made, has found them criminal under UK law. Therefore, by Nigerian law, no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction from the onset to put Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on trial. Our demands, in view of the above, we call on the United Kingdom government to publicly condemn the extraordinary rendition and continuing detention of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Invoke diplomatic and legal mechanism to demand his immediate and unconditional release. Clarify its position to the British Parliament and public on how it justifies inaction where a British citizen is illegally abducted, tortured, and indefinitely detained in breach of international law. British silence in this case is not neutrality, it is complicity. The UK must choose between its stated commitment to human rights and rule of law and its political convenience in shielding a rogue state. It cannot do both. History will not forget where Britain stand. History will not forget where Britain stood in this defining moment. Signed, Emma Powerful, spokesperson, media, and publicity secretary, IPOB. Yes, you heard it. This one is coming from a IPOB, on the table of IPOB spokesperson, more powerful. The one that, of our leader's family, I don't know if I could get it because I thought I shared it where I can easily get it, but this is to tell you that Britain is part and parcel of what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is passing through. No doubt about it. I don't think this news is as a shock to you. They have proven over time without number, that they are directly involved. And we have stated it on this program, on this platform, on several occasions, that Britain is the one holding keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in detention. They know what to do, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released. But why do you think they will never do that? Because they are directly involved. It has always been their making. It is their deal. It is their plan that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be kidnapped. That is why they waited for him to leave United Kingdom, because it wouldn't have been possible for them in UK or in any part of Europe. So they waited for him, they followed him, they trailed him until he gets to Africa. Then they triggered the kidnap. They kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Do you think that Nigerian government would have done that without getting positive signal from Britain? No, it's not possible. They did it with the consent of this evil government of United Kingdom. And that is why up to date, they have not said anything about it. Let me see if I could get the one that's if I could get the press release from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's family. I would like to also read it to us. It's very important that we follow every details when it has to do with our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Very, very important. Okay, yeah, here it is. Now, let me bring it to where I could. It's no more a news that Britain kidnapped their own. You know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a threat to their estate, Nigeria. You know, what still keep Britain going is Nigeria. Without Nigeria, Britain is gone. And they will make sure that they get anybody out of the way who tries to destroy their contraption or their estate, whichever way. Now this one is from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He said, press release. This one is dated August 3rd, 2025, this month. It's titled Kanu's family earthquake statement. Britain's blood-stained hand in the unfolding tragedy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, issued by Prince Emmanuel Kanu, spokesperson, Kanu family. This is it. So now I'll read. There comes a time when silence is betrayal. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is a quote. Now, with hearts burdened by sorrow, we, the family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, issued this solemn declaration to the world. We do so not only in defense of our beloved brother, father, and uncle, but in defense of truth, justice, and the sacred memory of the over 5 million Biafrans slaughtered during Britain's orchestrated genocide from 1967 to 1970. United Kingdom has never stopped killing Biafrans. Only the method have changed. Today, the same British government that armed Nigeria to starve Biafran's children to death now stands accused of a far more cowardly act, crime. The silence, orchestration, and diplomatic shielding of an illegal rendition, torture, and political show trial of a British citizen for exercising freedoms guaranteed under British law. Let the world take note. Were Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to die, but Chukwuokabiyama forbid, in the custody of the Nigerian government, it would be the internal shame and blood-drenched legacy of the United Kingdom. A trail of betrayal. How Britain enabled an international crime. In June 2021, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a lawful British citizen and leader of a peaceful self-determination movement, IPOB, registered under UK law, was abducted in Nairobi, Kenya, subjected to extraordinary rendition without due process, and illegally transferred to Nigeria by operatives whose trail the British authorities have deliberately ignored. This transnational crime was carried out in clear violation of Kenyan and international law. Yet, Britain said nothing. Worse still, their silence gave Nigeria the license to act with impunity. Why was the British High Commissioner in Nairobi inactive? Why a British citizen was drugged, tortured, and flown out in chains? Why was UK Foreign Office complicit in turning a blind eye to these abductions that violated every known treaty obligation under international human rights and consular law? The answer is now painfully clear. Britain was not merely a bystander. Britain was a co-conspirator. Diplomatic deceit in Abuja. Following his illegal rendition, the UK government pretended to be engaged. British consular officials visited Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS custody in Abuja. He asked one simple question: why is the United Kingdom allowing a British citizen to be tried for broadcasts made in the UK, where both IPOB and Radio Biafra are lawful entities? The response was both evasive and insidious. Where we get back to you, but they never did. Evil. Instead, within 4 days of that meeting, Nigeria's then Attorney General Abubakar Malami quietly amended the charges against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, removing London, United Kingdom, as the alleged location of the offenses. The only logical inference is that the British authorities either advised Nigeria to do this or consented to a cover-up to evade the UK's own judicial responsibilities. Britain's new colonial game, strangulating justice through silence. Despite IPOB's legal status in the UK and the total absence of any UK court order outlawing its activities, the British government has continually refused to challenge the unlawful prosecution of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Nigeria. Why? Because they know what every international legal scholar knows, that the alleged offenses occurred outside Nigerian territory, that the primary jurisdiction lies in the UK, not Nigeria, that the rendition violated UK's own Extradition Act, the Commonwealth Mutual Assistance Treaty, and all norms of international law. That is all. So, that was coming from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's family. The first one was coming from IPOB spokesperson, Emma Powerful. The second one I read came from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's family spokesperson, Emmanuel Kanu. So, when you put all this together, they are still pointing at one direction: Britain. So, it is Britain that is keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in illegal detention. It is Britain that instituted the illegal trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today, not Nigeria per se. Nigeria is being used as a tool by the British colonial hand, or rather neo-colonial hand. Nigeria is just a tool in the hand of the neo-colonial British government. And what is their end game? The end game is to get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu capitulated, to get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu surrendered to get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu drop Biafra agitation. That is all that British government wanted. And that is all they are pursuing. That is why they have instigated all forms of unlawful tactics against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They have tried everything they could to break him. They have tried everything they could to get him to drop this agitation. But like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will say, he is destructively stubborn. It is Biafra or death. And he stands by that at this moment. So don't get your eyes off the ball. It is always British government all this while. All other things you see are just apparition. It is not real. The real people are British government. They are the ones keeping our leader. Don't get it mistaken. Know it and no peace today. And, they said he's going to appear again on October. It's October 10th, yes. So October 10th, they thought it's not going to come. Well, we're already in August. It's only September that is standing between. And very soon, September will come and October will come. Then we'll see. But one thing they must have in mind is this. You cannot convict an innocent man. I am not having hope because I know, like Ndi Igbo would say, na onye gbara mmadụ egbe adawa ya mgbọ. I know that Nigerian government, through their court, will never give justice to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that is why we continue to call for this illegal trial to stop. It has to. It has to stop as soon as possible. This trial, from the beginning, has always been illegal. According to appeal court, it's illegal to try a man that you kidnapped, tortured, and extraordinary rendition. It is illegal. It is illegal according to the court, High Court in Abia State, in Enugu, and etc. According to UN Group Working Committee, it is illegal. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shouldn't have been standing trial in the first place. He shouldn't have. All these things you see today are all British making, not Nigeria. Nigeria does not have the capacity to pull off this crime. Britain aided and abetted it. And today, we call on British government to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We ask British government to hands off from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, hands off Biafra, hands off our mineral resources. We as humans, we have rights, just like you, Britain. You have rights to exit exit Europe a few years ago. The same right should be accorded to us too. There is no special thing about you United Kingdom and Biafrans. There is nothing different between the citizens of United Kingdom and the citizens of Biafra. We all are humans. Cut my flesh. The color of the blood is red. Cut the blood, the flesh of a British citizen. The color of the blood is black. Remains red. There is no blue blood or red blood. I mean, or green blood. All blood, as long as you live, as long as you are living as a human being, is red. So there's nothing that is special about the UK. Why are they now standing against the freedom of the people of Biafra? It is high time British government free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and let Biafra have their God-given rights as a human being. Now, let us go to the next topic, the main topic that I came here to treat this evening. Remember, I said Biafra is a clean spirit. It does not support evil. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made it very, very clear. As IPOB, you must be white. And you must be whiter than white. I mean, whiter than snow. You must be whiter than white and whiter than snow. And the reason, as a leader of this movement, he was able to achieve this milestone. The reason he was able to shake the foundation of the British contraption called Nigeria was because he remains true, clean, pure. That is why he was able to get to the point where the foundation of the contraption and their grandfather, Britain, were quaking. He destroyed them with the truth, not with gun and bullet, but with truth. And he always reminds us, he always encourages us to speak truth, irrespective of the danger, even if it means death. And we must always stand by the truth and nothing but the truth. And he took years. It took Mazi Nnamdi Kanu years to tutor us. It took him years, both blood and sweat, to gather us and build this massive movement you see today. But unfortunately, while Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was doing everything to make sure that our minds are sensitized, making sure that he gets us ready in spirit. So many of us failed to understand where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was taking us to and what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was trying to achieve. Hence, immediately he was abducted. The house felt like nothing to write home about. Today, IPOB, in the actual sense of it, has become a caricature. IPOB has become something to make fun with by the enemies. You know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu boasted about IPOB. he said it will take them 100 years to get through to the foundation of this movement. Well, he's right. They were not able to destroy us after all. We are here. You are here. I am here. We are standing. IPOB is standing even with the internal rebellion. IPOB still stands strong. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was right. But he had a false hope on the people, on the individuals that he gathered. It was the foundation of IPOB, which has always been truth, that is still standing. That is to prove to you that truth is internal. You can't bury the truth. So, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, abducted, and extradition to Nigeria immediately. All this, a can of worm was opened. And so many things began to happen. Rebellion, gossip, undermining his authority became the order of the day. The people that were supposed to unite IPOB adopted blackmail, and they started to blackmail anybody or any group of people they see as opposition. They started with blackmailing, and they started to, tutor their army. Just like today, they are raising army that will fight Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when he is finally released. You may not see this coming, but I am telling you for free. They are raising an army that will fight Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The writing is it is there in the hand. The handwriting is in the wall. You don't need a PhD to know this. That was how they nurtured, raised people with blackmail, who were specialized on blackmail. Today, I can't see how but go on. They are being hit from left, right, and center by the same people that they used in the past to blackmail others. The same people have turned against them. Talk about the Melchizedek. Talk about Atalugos. That is the latest. And I'm going to play in her outburst to you. Talk about Darlington, also, I see the heart. These are men and women they used in the past in blackmailing other freedom fighters. Immediately they see you or perceive you as an opposition, as a threat, they will come after you with blackmail. Let us go to their camp. It is no more a news that Elochukwu Ohaji has turned turn his back on them. Remember the infamous philosopher, the Elochukwu Ohaji of this world. Elochukwu Ohaji was used as enemy number one to destabilize this agitation. Then, they did not tell us that he was not a registered IPOB member. They didn't tell us. They didn't tell us that Elochukwu Ohaji is not a member of IPOB. But today, they have come out to tell us that Elochukwu Ohaji is not their member. But remember Achalugo. I'm not going to show her video on this system, but I'm only going to air her voice. You listen to what she has to say about the same man that she helped to destroy what Mazi Kanu took out years to build. And after that, I will show you part of the reason she is doing what she's doing today. Just for you to know that it's all about economical part of it. What can I gain? What will be my gain, monetary gain? In this struggle, you have heard it from the mouth of Efe that they gave them money to blackmail people. You heard it. It has always been the economic gain of it. What shall be my monetary gain? How much would I be given for me to do this, to be this devil's advocate? How much will I be paid? If you want me to do this, how much will I be paid at the end of the day? It has always been this way. So immediately that money stop coming, the person will go mad and will stop and will turn against the same people he helped in the past to destroy others. Now, I'm not going to play all her videos. I'm going to be playing just part of it for you to understand that all these people are nothing. They are useless. They are non-entities. They are not to be taken serious. No matter what is happening to this in this family, you shouldn't speak ill of IPOB. You shouldn't say you are quitting or you are stepping aside. You have come out. You have come out. Many people listen to you and join this struggle. Many of them also lost their life. Maybe because of what you said. You gave them morale. You told them that, oh, this is it. Without this, this will not happen. They listened to you. They practicalized what you told them. Today, they are no more. And you want to quit? You want to step aside? What about those who have paid with their lives? What about those who paid the ultimate price? Today, some mothers are childless. Some fathers also childless. Some are motherless. Some are fatherless children because of Biafra. And you want to step aside? because of what Mazwen Buchi did? No. That means you are not even in the first place. You are not in the first place. Your motive was not properly defined. Anyone is fine. You understand? So let me play this before I continue. Yeah, exactly. Let me play this. Listen to her voice now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now let's go.
Those of you now we are been on my page. You are like long. You know one time on. I will go on. You have one of us like a look weapon ya no. The man no one. We hate protocol on. You put me your cookie again. It seems that no things. That is up on. Unacho hebalo one. Unu need deceive one all in the name of Biafra. I want to keep my name out of your mouth. Gabalu no one. Don't come to my page. Don't even come to my page. Don't come to my page to come and spill out rubbish. Because when any positive things in fall aside on. I mean, we're going the reason why I should continue with you guys. Blackmail and sit on. Who did innocent people who are blackmail all in the name of Biafra.
Now listen to what she just said now. Who did innocent people who are not blackmail because of Biafra? You know him. I mean, remember what she was known for few months ago. She was one of those contracted to mess the image of Simon Eber. This girl, this woman you see here. Ask her, what was the crime or what did Simon Eber did that made her to come after him? The Eberima you see today, she's one of those who propagated it. So there is something like innocent in her dictionary. What was the crime of Simon Eber in the first place? These are the men that brought propaganda, blackmail, that introduced it into the fold of IPOB. And the rest run with it. So there is something like innocent to her dictionary. Today she is complaining because people have turned. Suddenly she realized that, oh, some people are innocent and you are blackmailing innocent people. When she was contracted by the so-called DOS to blackmail innocent people who came to fight for their freedom, we used to tell them, you must not be a member of IPOB to fight for your freedom. It was not written anywhere. IPOB is the only rightful organization to fight for Biafra. No. We have over 17 million people in Biafra as citizens, and they all have rights to fight for their freedom. Anyhow they want. If it does not please you, don't join. That is why we remain with IPOB as a non-violent organization. That is why we as IPOB still maintain that referendum is all we need. Other group may come and say, we don't need referendum, we want to take it by force. Let them go about it their own way, as long as they did not encroach. But what did they do? In their quest to subdue others, they introduced blackmail to the struggle. Something that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never did. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said things that he is sure of. He does not say things because he felt threatened. But what does this crop of Biafra agitators today are doing? They want to use pull him down syndrome, pull him down tactics. When they could not match you, they will come against you with blackmail. So let's continue listening to her.
From A to Z of you guys, number one reason why I should continue with fools bastards, vagabonds. On my page. We should go back to what she's known for. Your father going great in this platform for me. Fools, bastards everywhere. Achalugo should come inside you people. God forbid bad thing.
Ask this lady, Achalugo, whatever her name is, what have changed? At what point did she realize that she was in the wrong place? At what point? Since 2021, you have been standing with these individuals. They were giving you incentives. They were giving you money. And you were so much happy with them. Working, doing the damages for them. And today, we ask you again, Achalugo, what have changed? Does it take you 4 to 5 years to realize that the people you were dealing with are evil, or they have removed mouths? They have removed your mouth from breast. Suddenly you realize that they are not good people. None of these cases you are pouring here will be effective in their life. Rather, it will return back to you. You cannot cost anybody when you are directly involved. Everything you see happening today in this family, Achalugo, you contributed. You are part and parcel of it. You were used, whether ignorantly or because of your longer throat. You needed money, and the money was coming. You were walking, you were shouting, you were screaming, you were destroying things, you were doing something that is, negatively affecting the struggle. Tell me, when did you realize that the people you have stood for the past 4 years are evil? something, there is more to this than eyes could see. But I know that with days, with weeks to come, months to come, it will all be clearer to everyone. So let's continue listening to her. No, you are. In fact, at Alugo, you are the chief blackmailer. Other blackmailers they were learning. You are the original black. The same way your voice is ringing here, and your mouth is going up and down, is the same way your blackmailing was pouring. You blackmail everything. You are a blackmailer. And if you were, we are going to bring a proof to you. We are going to bring a proof that you are a blackmailer. You are the original one. There is no, you are chief blackmailer. So forget about that. Now you want to.
Leave me alone. Not be by force to talk about Biafra. Or go by force. To talk about Biafra is not by force. No, now leave me. Jacob, your wife, make she come talk about Biafra. Leave me. Chaluga. Maybe go no. Leave Chaluga alone. Go by force to talk about Biafra. Good you know there. Go by force to talk about Biafra from social. No. Bring out your wife. Let your wife come and talk about Biafra.
Now, Chaluga, you have helped them to destroy the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When they contracted you, and when you were doing the job for them, you did not ask them where their wives are. You knew they have their wives. You knew their wives are at home. You did not ask them, where is your wife? This evil job you want me to be doing, why don't you also bring your wife so we all can do it together? You didn't. Because of your longer throat, because you like money, you damn the consequences. Today, you want to run. You don't want them to come. You don't want them to ask you questions. Why are you not with us? Why are you against us now? You don't want them to ask you. The more of the question will be coming. Unless you close down your page. Unless you close down your page, they will keep coming for you.
Don't go there and start saying go back to what you are known for. Generations. What am I known for? What am I known for?
You are known for your prowess as a blackmailer. That is what you are known for. That is what they are missing. Samuel Ekpa is still there. You have to come and blackmail him more. Remember, he is now in jail. Thanks to one of your job as a blackmailer. Thank you. They know you. They understand. They know that there is no other person. Nobody can do this better. Time for blackmailing is now, and you are running away. Where are you running to, and who are you going to leave it for? This is the time they need you, and you are trying to run away. You are asking, what are you known for? I am telling you now what you are known for. You are known for your strong belief in blackmailing others. And I can give it to you. You did it perfectly. You do it. You can do it even more perfect. So you are not going anywhere. They are right.
Leave me alone. Leave me. My page. It's not by force to talk about Biafra on my page. By force. Mona go carry on her wife come out, make she come and talk about Biafra, not Achaluke again. Achaluke go be too busy for this rubbish. Chineke wow no oko. Achaluke go be too busy for this nonsense. Mona leave me. I know they talk again about by force. About force. Is it by force? By force happen no man. Ndo ocho. Nde Chineke pull on. Ndo ocho. Ndo wachu. Vagabonds, blackmailers everywhere. Ndị blackmailers, Mona leave me alone. Ona blackmailers in him. Ona blackmailers in him. Una be by force, so I'll go by force. Happen on my car. Happen on my car. See, let me tell you, Metu. They should continue running mad on my page.
Metu is there. Metu is there always.
My page is for that. My page belongs to me, not them. This page not be them greater for me. So they will not tell me what I will be doing on this page. They should go their way. They should leave me alone. They should go their way and allow me to be.
You created this page for blackmailing Biafra. So you must continue that unless you close that page. Close it down. No way. We die here. We die here. They go there over the gossip. Since where the brother? Never. Never. You go nowhere. Mazi, these are the worms. The thing you see happening in IPOB today, we have always been in this struggle, and we understood. In fact, we enjoyed being IPOB. There was nothing as sweet as identifying as IPOB. In the past, when Mazarikano was here, when you walk on the street, you carry your shoulders up. Anywhere you are seen, you have that sense of pride in you as IPOB. People talk about you. You know, this crop of evil blackmailers came from nowhere, and they started to, like a termite, they started to eat IPOB, the fabrics of IPOB. They started to eat up that thing that made IPOB exceptional, which is brotherhood, comradeship. In the past, if a comrade gives you anything to eat, even if you don't know that person, maybe you are seeing the person for the first time, and he identified as IPOB member, and you verified him as immediately you verify that person as IPOB member, whatever he offered to you, you will accept it and eat it without fear. If it is business, if any member of IPOB calls you for business, you respond immediately. Everything was done in one spirit, in harmony. But suddenly, I don't know where these people came out from. All these evil people. Immediately, Mazi Kanu was kidnapped. They threw away that thing that made IPOB what it is. Mazi Kanu always say, we are whiter than white and whiter than snow. That was how we are able to destroy our enemies. We did not destroy our enemies because we blackmailed them. No. We destroyed our enemies because we told simple truths about them. We uncovered the evil behind them. In the past, IPOB, whenever we spoke, we were taken serious. Today, nobody takes IPOB serious anymore. You may not understand. We get involved. We see it every day. People do not take us serious anymore. Not because Mazi Kanu was not truthful, no. Because the people that Mazi Kanu is working with, or rather, is working with, are all sellouts, saboteurs.
We continue for now.
No, no, you are insane. You are completely lost. Which Mazi Kanu Potagini and which Mazi Kanu? Do you think Mazi Kanu will come out tomorrow and you, for instance, you'll be smelling shit? Huh? Do you think we're going to allow you? No, you are gone. You are gone forever. Just like your masters, Chinasa and Worudem, just like Chike Dozier, just like Tony Zurumike, just like Augustin Abraham, just like Obiuku, just like name them. You will be gone with them forever. Not in this struggle. The same way Omiomio them, Ucheme for them, George Onibe the group, the same way that they are gone, that is the same way you will be gone. You cannot come back to this family. Not anymore. You have done this family more evil than good. God took care of forbid. Which man can come out, you will come and join. You come back. Come back where? I don't want to use a bad word against you.
Bunch of fools, cowards everywhere. Oh, now they go now. Wait, leave me alone. Happen on my not be any of them attend this movement. About no come flew where bata. Puano no mo puano na chalugo. See na my bed puano no don't job puano no. Leave me alone. Puano no na bed. Puano no mo na leave me. Let go now leave my platform alone and not be by force. So I'm not by force. My puano no. Let's say go puano na my page. Puano na my page. Ndojo nde Chineke puano. Vagabonds everywhere. Gossipers. From A to Z of you. Blackmailers everywhere.
You know, these guys, they are funny. Funny people. Funny people. The time Mazi Kanu gave orders to your so-called DOS. The time he gave orders to your so-called DOS to carry out the order, they blatantly ignored it. You were there saying that the doors are wise. Not one, not once, not twice, continuously until he stopped giving orders to these people. You, Atalugo, was there on the social media praising your so-called DOS as the wisest. You are the one that supported them. You supported them to undermine the leadership of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You, when you were doing that, you were building this insult you see today. Imagine that you at Alugo, you stood against this man and said, no, whatever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says goes, whether he is inside or not. As long as we can hear from him, whether directly or indirectly, it is your duty to obey. All you need to do is obey. When he comes out, you say to him, this is the message you gave. I carried it out. I don't know. If it is not you, I'm not to be blamed. You cannot see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, yes. But there are people who see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There are people who communicate with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And when you give message to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you give message to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu through the same people. And when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu brings message through the same people, you will say, no, this one is not, this message does not sound like a message that will come from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Therefore, you are not going to obey it because it does not favor you. It does not favor your narratives. It was not something you wanted that you got. Therefore, you refuse to carry out the orders coming from the leader of this movement. And you, Atalugo, was there, hailing them, singing praises for them. Now, you are angry because you thought that they have spoken against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You thought that you are angry because they pushed Chibuze Egwuatu to be speaking ill against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You expected them to do something about it to no avail. Now you are angry. Now you want to come out here to say they insult Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They have been insulting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and you've been supporting them. That is why I ask, and I will continue asking, what has changed at Alugo?
Leave me alone. Happen on my gonna leave me happen on my not you I see join the movement. The movement to happen no more. I do it again. I not do it again more than they go. Put on my page, put on my platform. Corona still on page Biafra. Not do it again. Put on no more. Sit on my page, put on your wife, go Biafra. All of us get wives. Get we had one. For your wife, go Biafra. I'm going to go mommy go Biafra. Put on my platform. I hear now go. Make on a go. Jabalo no that blackmail. So you is the one blackmail. What evidence on a no get? Source of gossiping. For the only
Atalugo, give us one evidence you have against Simon Ekpa. One, not two. Give us one evidence you have against Simon Ekpa. So now you know that it is important to present evidence. You know that the evidence is important. But you were going around blackmailing a man that you don't have no single evidence against him. All because they say They say you called him Nigeria agent. Achalugo, give us one evidence. Now you talk about evidence. We need one evidence. We need one. What evidence did you have? You don't have any evidence. So you don't stand any right to ask for evidence. They must blackmail you, and they will keep blackmailing anybody you associate with. Because that is exactly what you did to others. What you did to others must always come back to you. It is called in a simple term, karma.
Without no evidence, Mona leave me alone. Master Nandi cannot come out, then I continue where I stopped. For now, Chineke I not do again. I not do again. The man Njimaga is not here. He is not here again. So Nekona de go na wa mamun donobo. Chuku Wauno ni no ko. Chuku Wauno. Umano. Unu na-achọkwa unu teta my name, unu pull my name down, then one adikoro. Omu busichakwa unu niile ebe ahụ. Omu busichakwa unu ncha niile that place. Ndị ọjọọ, blackmailers everywhere. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu agwa n'ihe eji egwu egwu na. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu agwa that is onye pụta na-atụfeli ogwu. I don't blame all of you. I blame what the mono one does. I blame one on one beat. Susugalebani. I will never join you people again. Chuku wa onu ni no. Then cut off. Blackmailers. Only the one blackmail. Blackmailers without no evidence. Ndojo. Onu na fighting for Biafra. Deceivers. Ndoshi. Onu jini ya say now they can put it in place. Now destroy you up and down every door na turn asre. Chuku wa onu ni no ko. Chineke wa onu nchoko. Ndojo. Man said now is not known for blackmail. That is ever this group of fools that's everywhere. Uno na yala. I go back to what they're known for. Chuku pokwa good year. Boy, your generations oko. Chineke pokwa for everything you represent. Never go back to what she's known for. Get up what would ye? Because no na great page for me. On weekend we stop one in that place. I want to create it in page. Make on get out. Make on get out. Happen on my but then we continue for now. I don't see anybody. I don't see any of them. Bastards. That is everywhere. Deceive voice out the voice out, stop pretending. Come out and voice out the that's the Hunu Chabunobi. And then sent man not powerful. Maybe love for you know today. Uno na chok unu pull lawyer down. Ndoshi. Punks. Criminals everywhere. Chukupu pound ni no. Katepa upona wa wood here. Katepa what you pull on in that place. Katepa Salomon on. Do I look like a blackmailer? I think a blackmailer. What makes you think that's not Achalugo will continue with you guys? What makes you think so? What makes you think that not Achalugo will come back to your people? If I not see the man why is because of an enter, I not do again. Until Mazen Nandi Kanu and Yamale Bayo for now gossipers now they see. Blackmailers now they see. I just they see blackmailers. When you was alone, Ndoshi, not condemn Musu. While not that same characters of Sue, or you not portray now. For the past 4 years, Edgeman and Nambikanechi. Uno not make gossip up and down. Uno not battle. Tagaga, come back and continue where you stop. The Chuku Pupagom. Only to pray with you. What does it? Get up what would that place? It got me by me hang on my page. Don't worry. Ubasenta anyacholo wereji makano that is ubasenta anyacholo wereji one channel. Don't worry, we don't come on but in Kendra Jobo don't come to my page to spew out rubbish. No post to pass. don't carry this, as in, don't carry this on a blackmail and enter my post. Me post in cafe. No, follow me. Don't follow me and come. Don't come to my page to write. I don't send you. Gabando Onwedi. Follow on my page. You guys don't want me. On our water and Chalugo. I don't see any of when I join this movement. So when you was Solomon Ono, Galano no blackmailers without no evidence. Blackmailers without no evidence. Won't leave me alone. Hakuna Chaluga and Doshi Nandama. Almost bastards. To what you're known for. Go back to what you're known for. Ndoshi. Fools.
Now, Biafrans, you heard her. You know, it would have been better. What this lady is doing now would have been acceptable if she stepped aside immediately Mazi Nneka was abducted without giving in for the temptation of being used as a tool in blackmailing others. You cannot, after destroying what Mazi Nneka spent years to build, and now suddenly you realize that Mazi Nneka is not here, therefore you are not going to be part of anything until he comes out. No, you can't be part of him even when he comes out, because you are directly involved. You used your hands to destroy what the same man you call your leader built. Because of you, because of your contribution, those who could not talk to about IPOB in the past are now talking about IPOB in a very rotten manner, in a very dirty manner, without respect, without reservation. They talk to IPOB, they talk about IPOB in a very cruel manner because of you. You so much believe in your DOS. You so much believe in those cabals. While they were busy destroying, tearing down things, while they were busy introducing blackmail, you were elogizing them, you were clapping for them, you were praising them, you were elevating them, you were saying all manner of sweet things about them. You told us how wise they are. And now, suddenly, you realized that you've been used. And you come here screaming, pouring curses. No. Your curses can never work. Never. It will rather return back to you. So be careful what you say. Be careful what comes out of your mouth, because you are involved. All these curses will start from you. So be careful, Achalugo. Lick your wounds. Apologize to those you blackmailed. Do it now. The time is still much. Time will come when you have no time to say you are sorry. You know what I'm talking about. You know the people you blackmailed. You know all the lies you told about people just to paint them evil. It is time you go. Now that you have realized that you have been scammed, it's now time for you to go back. Apologize to all the people you blackmailed. Only then will Chukwogike will start to listen to you. Else, when the repercussion, when the repercussion will come, you will not be exempted. I tell you. So forget about shouting and screaming here. It's not going to change anything. Repent. So, dear friends, this is what is happening in this struggle. Tell me, with this route these people have chosen, do you think that they are truly going to get us Biafra? Do you think they are fighting for the same Biafra we fight for? Look at what is happening in IPOB. Look at what happened in IPOB South Africa. They used the national coordinator the former national coordinator of IPOB South Africa to destroy IPOB South Africa. Thank God for IPOB Western Cape that stood. Thank God for those men in Johannesburg that stood in Pretoria. Thank God for all the people that stood their ground in all parts of South Africa. Even when their voices were not heard, they silently, continuously pushing for the right thing to be done. That is why today in IPOB South Africa, through the support of African Rep Mazi Tarinemi, we are building our family back. We are bringing our family back. Now, as it stands today, we have acting national coordinator who is doing something to make sure that everything comes back to normal. We have new executive, all of them on acting level. Until Mazi Kanu comes out and makes their post permanent. As the African IPOB will be hosting Peace Convention coming up on September in Cape Town. So we are doing everything to make sure that Biafra IPOB South Africa comes back to what it used to be. We are not waiting for all these evildoers, those cabals that hijacked DOS. We're not waiting for them. We left them long time ago. We left them. They didn't leave us. We left them. Okay, now so can you be a patana? The same way you joined this struggle is the same way I joined the struggle. You are a principal officer. I am a principal officer. IPOB operates on chain of command. Command and control. It is called command and control. You cannot command what you cannot control. That is why you must be careful of what you do, or rather what you command. These men, these cabals who hijacked DOS, started to command what they could not control. When you point them to IPOB code of conduct, they will tell you, they will wave it off with a wave of hands. It does not matter. They are now in control. Just like one stupid non-entity were saying that it is this DOS that has the authority, the power to expel, to sack, and to appoint an IPOB. that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu takes orders from the DOS. These are the men that they are nurturing them. They are preparing them for the war of Armageddon when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is finally released. But I tell them one thing for sure. None of these men could stand Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. A statement from him, they will go into oblivion. And that will be the last they will be heard of, as far as IPOB and Biafran struggle is concerned. So I am not scared. I'm not afraid. I'm not moved by their antics. It does not move me. Whatever they are planning, whatever they are doing, it does not move me. I know that they will never go far. None of them could challenge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Not today, not tomorrow, not forever. It is not going to be possible. Now, before I bring the program to an end, I want to show you what this Achalugo wrote in the past. Okay, now look at what is on your screen. What you are seeing here was written by Achalugo in October 11, 2024. That is, I was asking Achalugo, what have changed? What have changed? Does it mean that, the money is no more flowing? It's no more coming? Now, she said, Odoguna Swiss sent this to me yesterday and said that I should give those that celebrated me on their platforms 10K each and keep the rest. Chukwu Goziegi once again, Odoguna Swiss. I appreciate you. The money that was sent to her was 1 million naira in figure. 1 million was sent to Achalugo. And the question you should ask Achalugo, what work, what job did you do that Odoguna Swiss sent you 1 million naira? What was the job you did for him? What job? This is how they monetized the struggle. They all monetized it. It is about monetary aspect. How much can I gain if I should do this? How much? How much are you going to pay me? What will be my gain for doing this evil job? Achalugo was paid 1 million naira. Then she did not realize that the men she was working with are all evil. But immediately the money stopped coming. Achalugo flipped up. Now, this one is Methuselah. And the Methuselah was here. Then Methuselah said, Achalugo wrote, one Achalugo, you can see it. If you're not seeing it, I'm seeing it clearly. I will read it for you. One Achalugo said, this was when, hey, I didn't get the date. I didn't get the date. She said, they really used me then. talking about the cabals in DOS. They really used me then. After everything, they left me to struggle with my house rent. You hear that? They really used me then. After everything, they left me to struggle with my house rent. So this is her anger. Forget about her ranting. Forget about what she was saying. Achalugo is angry because they could not send house rent for her to pay her for her house rent. So that got her very, very irritated. She now thought about it. These same people that I am doing all this evil work for, these same people that I have blackmailed someone else for, blackmailed all the people for. Now that my house rent has expired, I called them, they ignored me. Therefore, I'm not going to be with them anymore. I'm not going to stand with them anymore. I'm going to expose them. I'm going to desert them. I'm going to take myself far away from them. Atalugo flipped up. And that is why you saw her doing what she's doing today. Not because she realized that she was doing the wrong thing. No. It was the monetary aspect of it. The money stopped coming. Her house rent expired. They didn't assist her in paying. She got angry. So it has always been about the money, not about the freedom. It has always been about her, not about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as she wants you to understand. Not about the insult on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No. If they had paid her house rent, she wouldn't have been doing what she's doing today. Why am I here to do what I'm doing? Nobody pays my house rent. Nobody gives me anything. If you have given me anything, come and say it. Therefore, I will say whatever I want to say. I don't care what you feel, whether you are happy or not. It's not my business. I'm here for the freedom of my people and my freedom. I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm not here to dance to your tune. I'm not here to cow for you. I am here for myself and for my destiny and for my generation. That is why I'm here. Chinasa Nworu can scream from now till tomorrow. It does not move me. I know she is a mad dog. She can talk rubbish. But it's not my business. It does not concern me. Look at her blackmail the other day against the African rep. What was the crime of African rep? Nothing. African rep refused to work against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That was all. Today, they are doing everything possible to see if they could blackmail him. They will tell you that he has a people, armed group, people that he put place under arm, who he's using to do this, do that. All not lie. True. No truth in anything these people have said. If you believe Chinasa Nworu, I pity you. If you ever believe that man, sorry is your name. I pray that you will be alive to repent and see the damages that man has done to you. That man, Chinasa Nworu, is embodiment of evil. He's evil. But he will live and reap what he sowed. Nothing will pass him by. He will be alive and reap everything that he sowed. All the people that he ended their life untimely. The same way he came the other day, talking about African rape. Imagine he knows where African rape is. Do you think he's going to spare him? That is how he ended up wasting people in Biafra land in his attempt to blackmail others. He will come on Radio Biafra, he will lay allegation, he will bring propaganda upon somebody and mark the person with red. The next day, the Nigerian government military will go and end that person. Tell me, anybody that is in Biafra land that Chinasa Nworu has mentioned his name or lay allegation against that is still alive today? No one. Tell me one person. If there is anybody left, they are on his tail. Soon, you hear the story. This man, Chinasa Nworu, is evil. He's evil. He shouldn't come closer to our leader when he's out. Not even to speak with him on the phone. Because Chinasa Nworu is evil. Chikedoziemi is a snake. A snake. And everybody, be you who, anybody, whoever you are, if you stand with this man, it will never be well with you. I tell you the truth. After seeing the damages these people has brought upon this struggle, and you insist because of your foolishness that they are your leadership, you will stand with them. Dear, you are going to suffer a very severe pain before you give up your ghost. I'm telling you nothing but the truth. You can't see what everything that these people have done, and you're still talking about your stupid leadership. What your Akam brain is telling you is that these people are your leadership. So if someone is leading you to your grave, you follow the person. If someone is misleading you, because it's your, so if you think Mazen Kanu is misleading us, people like me will stay because I decrease. You think I will stay? That is how I will not stay with any person, be it who, that is misleading me. We are Ndibo. We are Biafrans. Everybody is a leader in his house. So I can't come outside, you start leading me. I already have experience of a leader. So I know when you are misleading me and when you are leading me right. So if your so-called leadership, as you call these cabals, which I know they are not, if they are misleading you, don't you have a common sense to know that, oh, these people are misleading me? Must you follow them to the grave? Are you a goat? Even a goat, I know. If you are his leader and you jump into a pit, it will not follow you there. Talk of a human being like you. You guys are so stupid and useless. Save those who want to be saved. But we have good news coming from South African IPOB. We are rebuilding. Wait for our coming back. Wait for our coming. It will be like a tsunami. We are here to make IPOB South Africa what it used to be. And this time, nobody can stop us again. it is Biafra or Biafra. I think at this point, Biafrans, we have come to the end of this program this evening. I thank you for your support. I thank you for being part of this program. Thank you for standing with us. Thank you for everything. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for those who commented. Bless each and every one of you all. My prayer is that nothing will happen to those genuine Biafrans, those genuine IPOB, those who stand with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nothing will go wrong with you. I tell you, nothing will happen to you. You will live to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out, and he will lead you and every one of us to Biafra land, where we shall all live in peace and harmony. It is well with you all. That being said, fellow Biafrans, I will see you again in the nearest future. From me, from here, it is good night.